I was just going to say something like that.
Yo, yo, yo.
Is anybody here?
Happy Friday.
I know this is not the norm, but we just thought we'd just do an improv live.
Why?
Why? Because
Why?
we wanted to have a little chat about how things are going, real time, on day 2 of a workshop with Wham.
Yeah, we are where we are.
Where are
Where
we?
are we?
Where are we?
We're
Ash?
in Cyprus.
Why are we in Cyprus?
I don't
Well,
know.
I live here.
My sat nav just took me here, so
You don't have a sat nav.
true. So, boys, why are we in Cyprus?
Why
Fill
are
me
we
in.
in Cyprus?
We are working with one of the biggest, oldest, most important brand in Cyprus when it comes to development and construction in general. A true household brand doing great stuff from 65 years. They're still doing great stuff, and we want to make sure they will be doing great stuff for the next 65 years. So we came together, the Avengers, the brand Avengers united one more, because the biggest the problem, or the biggest solution needed, or the biggest the strategy needed to keep ruling these markets, then we come together for this type of things.
Definitely.
So this is day 2.
Day 2. So let's talk about day 1.
How was it?
Our experiences for day 1.
Day-
Challenges.
There were a lot of challenges, I think.
Yeah.
All good. I think everyone was getting very passionate on the first day, and that's always a good sign, because they invested in the future, all of them. So they had very opposing, like opinions and stuff. And my biggest worry about coming into today was that
Working with Wes.
working with Wes one,
Finding it.
working with you two,
Finding the Four Seasons Hotel.
finding the Four Seasons.
Waking up in the
three.
morning.
Waking up in the morning. Yeah, but the main thing is really, I think, just a bit nervous about coming in today. But the energy this
Yeah,
morning
changed
amazing.
massively.
totally different.
I think it's the first time we've ever had a language barrier, but not in a literal sense, where normally we've translated what we say in English directly into another native tongue, like German or French or Japanese even. But in this instance, there are no words for certain words that we use in the Greek Cypriot language. So that's been a huge challenge to try and work around and get the whole room aligned on what we're actually meaning when we're using words they don't even know.
Yeah, there is no translation of purpose
No.
in Greek, right? So it's
No.
really hard to convey that
Yeah.
fundamental element. And I think that was a bit of a challenge that we had to reshuffle throughout the day.
Yeah, and
Yesterday,
navigate.
in the day between, we have to change a few things to make sure that today was on top. But we translate a few things. We try to have a slightly different approach when we're explaining things. And I think it worked, because
Yeah.
we landed on something on day 1. And on day 2, this team went back to work, and they just started to ask themselves, how may I bring to life the purpose? And they came back into the room today with stories of how they actually activated that purpose with customers, which was very emotional. You could see.
We had a cry moment within the
see.
first 20 minutes of being in a room, which, for those that don't know, I cry quite a lot in the room tonight.
That was great
That was
to see.
a big hit.
That was
straight up.
great to see, like the feeling of it as well, because the lady that was explaining,
exactly.
obviously explained to us in English, but then we asked her to share it with the room. She was more comfortable speaking
In a native tongue.
in the native tongue. So even though we couldn't understand that part, you can see the passion.
The emotion came from it.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
incredible.
we've got somebody's actually
Ralph is
joined.
there.
Hey. Hi,
Yeah.
Ralph.
It's
Ralph?
incredible going from a position of completely not knowing, not understanding, never have done something like this, and in one day, the whole mindset of the organization, the whole mindset of the leading people inside the organization changed, and they're starting to ask themselves, how can I act and behave on brand? What can I do? What can I do moving forward? And because everything that we do in this workshop, it's so designed and engineered to get that point. It's amazing to see that it happens every single time, even for a very practical, blue collar, old school, 65-year-old brand that never done this, never understood what a brand is. One day, and they're so on
8
it.
hours,
So
and really intense 8 hours. Don't get me wrong. Like, these guys felt it. I think they could feel it in us. We were tired, exhausted. They were, but we knew we had to navigate them from, one place to another before we could get into the room on day 2. Right? They needed to know all the stuff from the foundation to actually understand why it's important and how to implement it in the exercises they're doing today, which is our day 3, but their day 2.
And another great news for you guys from home is that we are doing a documentary with lots of insight on actual the process, the brand, and how we went about it. So also for you to kind of come with us behind the curtains and see, what it means to have 3 agencies, 3 strategies collaborating on one single brand, and the way that we do it, and what's our philosophy, and why it works every time.
And this time it's not so much from a facilitator's point of view, it's actually from a client's point of view, which the last ones we've done, we've kind of give you guys an insight into how we work in the room and how we facilitate, and some tips and tricks and insights into how we run it. But this is more from the customer side this time, right? So it's
on that note as well, on the facilitation side of things, we have been also talking about potentially what can we do to help you guys. Like, obviously you've got your own styles, you've got your own processes, and you've got your own frameworks, but like the things that we do and how we design things, would that be helpful to you for us to share? Because we're all in the same game. We want to just build better brands. We want to shape better brands, help businesses, and we're all in it for the right reasons. So, let us know either in the chats or DM us, and if you're interested in that, and if there's appetite for it, we can work on something.
If you want to call us in something you're working on as well, we will love to.
Great collaboration. I think we can always come in and support the strategists, so we can learn together. I think that's another angle that we started thinking about and discussing.
Should we go back in the room?
But I think we have to go, guys. So I don't know who else is in there or anyone seeing this live, but I'm going to congratulate you, Ralph. And we need to get on a chat and say thank you very much to you. Put some time in my diary. We'll see you in a few weeks. Next week, I think we're still working the logistics out, but stay tuned.
On the Water Cooler Live on LinkedIn.
See you later.
Happy Friday.
Peace.
Whoa.